Okay. Is it real yet?
Not yet. No, it's a lot of emotions. It's been a fun last half hour for sure. It's been a fun week. Very special, very emotional.
What was it like to do it here on home ice? You tweeted about this 4 years ago, wanting it. Now you've got it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty amazing to have done it at home, and with the crowd behind us and everything that went on this year with our team, with injuries, and it's pretty cool.
Brad, little boys dream about hockey playing boys dream about winning Stanley Cup's Game 7, scoring the big goal at home. Do little curlers dream the same thing? Did you actually envision this at one point?
Absolutely. I wrote on a Bristol board my 10 goals in curling, and the only one I hadn't achieved was the Brier, and I did it today, and it's pretty special. It's I've been close so many times, and we as a team have been close, and to finally win it, and win it at home, you couldn't ask for a better story. It's awesome.
Where's the Bristol board? To the gold medal?
It's right there with it. It's very hard to compare the Olympics because it's so big and the Brier, but to win the Brier here at home, it's right there. It's to be honest, after 11 years, this probably means more to me with the I guess ups and downs we had over the last 11 years. It certainly means a lot more to me now. When I was 25, I thought I was going to win a bunch of these, but I realized there's a lot of good curlers in the world and in Canada, and to finally win one it's pretty amazing.
Brad, what did you tell yourself before that final shot when you're settling into the hat?
Well, there was so much uncertainty of the weight. I hadn't thrown a draw since the fifth end, and the weight had changed dramatically, and the guys were telling me to throw 6 feet more, and I had a hard time believing that it was that slow, and I only gave them 2 feet more, and they had to work their butts off to get it there. And I was hoping to have the out-turn path coming back because that was a little quicker. We hadn't played that in-turn path in probably 6 ends, and fortunately, we got it there.
How worried were you that it wasn't going to make those last couple inches?
To be honest, at the hog line, I thought it was top forward. So I was just wanted to keep the guys down because I thought it would slide further. And then as it got to the house, I'm like, holy cow, we're not going to get this by much. But I knew we had it, and it was just, I was somewhat celebrating from the hog line in because I felt it was going to be a little closer to the button. But anyway, it turned out, doesn't matter. 10 years from now, you're never going to know what shot you had to win, and it's just a matter that you won.
Team Canada, how does that sound?
That's awesome. We're going to be back in the Brier next year. We're going to be representing Canada at the World Championships in a few weeks. That's pretty amazing. That's going to be a special time for us in Edmonton. I think it's the last event going to be in the Rexall place, which is going to be awesome. And I can't wait. But we're going to enjoy this first, I'll tell you that.
People of all ages were in this arena tonight, young people too, and you talked about the legacy of this Brier, that it had already been etched into this community despite whether or not you won tonight. But maybe talk about the legacy and the lasting effects when you look at the legacy here.
I think there's going to be a lot of young boys and young girls that leave here dreaming about winning a Brier or a Scotties, and that's awesome because it was a much younger crowd than a typical Brier, to be honest, when we looked around, and a lot of curlers said that. There was a lot of young kids here, and they're certainly going to see the emotion and the excitement that we had out on the ice, and they're going to dream about that, and most kids dream about Stanley Cups and stuff, but there's going to be a number that leave here wanting to win the Brier, and I think it's great because it's pretty special to win one.
Brad, we've talked about you playing hurt this week. Do you want to talk about Jeff Walker? It was pretty obvious out there this evening.
Yeah, well, that made the draw a little tougher because we really only had one sweeper for most of the sheet, but he was in a lot of pain. He hurt himself in the game against Canada in the round robin, and it just got worse and worse. And he started to join me in the 2 physio sessions and massage sessions a day, and they were kind of tag teaming us, and he grinded it out. He made some key shots, those ticks in 10, kept it open where I just had to draw the forefoot, and he played great. He's tough. We just got to get him 100% now for Edmonton in a few weeks.
Brad, do you see a similarity to Torino in this week? In Torino, you're good, not great. Lost to Italy, and then you turn it on, and then of course this week a loss to the Territories turn it on.
Absolutely. You know what? Jules told me we're the first team to ever win the Brier after losing to the Territories, which is pretty amazing. But that was a blessing for us because the meeting that we had after that game, it turned us around, and it turned us into the team that we knew we are and knew we could be. And we played so well after that, and I thought we really controlled just about every game we were in. And it was a huge turning point. And you never know how you're going to win something like this, and that was a blessing for us losing that game. Yeah, no, absolutely. It was just getting back to what we do, and not overthinking it or playing to the crowd too much or worrying about what they're thinking or how we're acting, all that stuff. If we just did what we do at Grand Slams and do on tour, we're going to win a lot of games, and that's what we went back to.